Hey guys, it's Pack from both Horse Racing Reddit and Horse Racing Discord. In a couple of our videos, specifically where we were doing things like the Travers review, we talked a lot about bias and kind of talked about it like we assumed everybody knew what we were talking about. So I wanted to come back and address sort of what a bias is, how they're created, how they happen, and how you can use them as a horse player. So what a bias is, it's a way the track is playing. It's the conditions of the track and how they're affecting horses. If you pay attention to the races, you'll notice that on certain days, speed horses that are out in the front early, they carry that speed through. Certain days, closers are winning. You also notice certain days, maybe the inside posts are doing really well, or maybe the outside posts are doing well. This could be at a specific distance, at a specific surface, meaning the turf course might be playing really outside favorably. And people will actually map these out and look at over the course of a meet what's been working. So it's one thing to notice a bias, and you can definitely play a bias into your handicapping. So for instance, at 5.5 furlongs at Saratoga, I always throw away the horse that's in the one hole. It's an extremely low percentage win hole. I think there's only 3 horses so far this meet that have won out of the one hole. And when I say I throw away, it's probably a little bit strong. I will substantially downgrade that. If I have think a horse is a real monster that's in the one hole, I may make it a C horse on a ticket. I'm going to substantially move it down just because it's a very low percentage hole. So biases are created because of conditions and shape of the track. At Saratoga at 5.5 furlongs, they run a lot of maiden races. Horses that are maidens don't like to go through a skinny opening. They'll get pinched on the rail. And also as you go into the first corner, it would actually be the third corner at Saratoga, so kind of before you get to the top of the stretch, the rail has a funny kink in it. It has a little bit of it's not smooth, it has a little bit of a kink, and it tends to float that inside horse outwards. It makes a really abrupt corner, and it sets them up weirdly. So when you talk about biases, you can definitely figure them into your handicapping, but the real way to use biases is to understand that and to look back and say, gee, a month ago when this horse last ran, there was a huge bias against this horse, and I'm going to use this horse more favorably now that I understand that bias happened back then and that it's in a better situation. Or vice versa would be, gee, we had a really gold rail and it was really speed favoring. Oh, okay, this horse that was drawn inside and is a speed horse that won that day, I'm going to fade now that condition has gone away. And that's how you really want to approach a bias. So I want to talk about the 4th race on August 28th at Saratoga. There's a horse in here that is like the definition of a playback on bias. So this horse here is actually the 8 horse. Now, so when you're looking at this race, there is let me move myself out of the way here. There is a Chad Brown monster in this race. So it looks like the favorite is going to end up being this horse here. Indian Pride Indian Pride had some real monster works, put up some huge figures, and seems to be a really, really solid on top kind of horse. But this 8 horse, Rapido Gatto down here, Jose Ortiz is up. And this horse has run 3 times. Now, the Gulfstream Park, I don't have really good bias data for. It's not one I keep track on. But at Belmont on the 6th of June, the track had a very gold rail. Horses that had early speed and horses that were on the inside were winning everything. So what I'm going to do is Naira makes all replays available, and normally I would just click on them in the formulator, but my camera for some reason doesn't like the formulator stream. It doesn't come through well on the video, so we're going to go over to the Naira feed and we're going to take a look at this race. So remember here, Rapido Gatto is going to be the 8 horse in this race here. I'm going to turn the volume down here so it's not as loud. But Rapido Gatto is the 8 on the outside, just loading in now. And let me get my head out of the way here. And we're going to watch this entire race. So you're going to see here, from a bias standpoint, the rail was really, really, really good. Rapido Gatto breaks well on the outside, is along horses, but is wide here. Maybe 3 paths wide, definitely on the outside. And this one horse is getting a very, very, very nice inside trip. So we're going to watch this through here, and you're going to watch Rapido Gatto already fading on the outside, already slowing down a little bit. And instead of tucking this horse in, getting him over on the rail, Jock decides to leave this horse outside in the clear. So this horse is going to run probably in the 4-5 path the entire way around the corner here. We're still way outside. You can watch this one horse is now fading. You're going to watch the 5 horse here is going to move in a little bit, and Rapido Gatto is still out there. We're talking this horse right here is way outside, way outside, never catching the winner here, and starts kind of getting a little flat, kind of running out of steam. Definitely did not want did not want any part. And as you watch this horse, watch that 3 horse on the inside there. That 3 horse. Let me scroll back a little so you can see this here. I'm going to flip back. Watch this 3 horse who's way back here, pink helmet on. You're going to see this horse stay inside and watch the ground that this 3 horse is making up late on that really gold rail, where Rapido Gatto is on the outside and treading water, spinning her legs and going backwards. This 3 is just cranking late right on the rail. Okay, so we already know that Rapido Gatto got a rough setup, was against how the track was playing. Let's watch Rapido Gatto's third race. I guess it would be third race of her career. The second one I had bias data on. This is at Saratoga, and you're going to watch Rapido Gatto coming out of the 1 hole. Now, the first 2 weeks at Saratoga, the rail was as dead as I have ever seen at Saratoga. The rail was a terrible place to be.
They're all in line.
And let me get the volume down a little bit here. Let's watch Rapido Gatto here coming out of the 1 hole. Okay.
They're off, and
Horse pops out, looks decent break here. Rapido Gatto at 5-2 here, and you're seeing all red silks on the inside. Looks phenomenal right here. Getting a trip, getting a real nice trip, nice setup, everything else. Nothing here to dislike, but you're gonna watch this horse coming around here, just starting to kind of fade. This is what we were seeing on the rail all the beginning of the meet. Horses that were on the inside were just treading water. And as you watch the 6 and the 7 here, you got Quasar and Lex Antonio. Lex Antonio, who was on the front, horse, the track was very speed favoring this day. Look how far these horses are off the rail. Look at this. We have horse that we're following is on the rail here. And look at these horses that are out 4 path, maybe 5 path, 6 and 7 path out here. These are the horses on the outside that were doing really well. And you're going to watch Rapido Gatto is, I probably should have noted that. If you watch Rapido Gatto, let me flip it back here. Rapido Gatto is on the inside right here, okay, was moving backwards. We were noticing the horse was fading towards the end of the backstretch. Watch what the jock does here. This rail bias, we're going to tip the horse, and the horse comes way outside. So we're getting a 4 or 5 wide trip, but all of a sudden, watch this one get outside and start making up ground and come rolling down the lane. So what you would take off from this is, we knew the rail was dead. This horse is probably extremely live in this spot, and because of the horse was still rolling and catching Lex Antonia, who's actually, I think, just ran back in a stakes, if I remember right. You see that one horse really, once she got tipped out and put into good ground, making up a lot of ground late. This is the makings of the kind of horse that we want to bet back. And when we start talking about biases and using biases, it's one thing to know, okay, on the 6th of June and the 27th of July, or right about there, these are the types of biases we have. But how do I then go back, watch a horse that I've been seeing running, and understand that that horse was very much against the bias on those days? There's a lot more you can play with biases. There are, if you hop on Discord, a lot of us can tell you how the track's been playing and maybe how it's been playing for a week. And if you were to ask, I always I handicap all my stuff into a paper notebook. So when I'm creating ticket structure on a daily basis, I will then go back through and I will note things like, gee, outside on the turf was working today. Speed on the dirt was good. We had rain come through, they sealed the track. Late this was happening versus early this was happening. Those kind of notes, especially if you play a circuit like Nairo where you have racing almost all year round, can really be advantageous and can help you find horses that are going to be in a good spot. So for Rapido Gatto today, you were looking at a horse that's got a lot of early speed, horse that's now drawn outside. A few of us still think the rail is probably dead. At least the rail is dead down the backstretch at Saratoga. The rail was better on the Travers card down the front or down the home stretch. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for today. When we're talking about biases, those are the things we're looking at, and we're looking at how those horses run against a bias. Until next time, hop on Discord, say hi, and yeah, good luck at the races.